Hi, everybody. It's Kathy here for your Tuesday night spiritual tea talk. Tonight, we're going to talk about teacups. Teacups, yay. Um, I know it may not be exciting for some, but believe me, it's very exciting to me to uh, to pick out a teacup and to talk to you about why I use certain teacups in my tea readings. So let's get at it. As you know, my name is Kathy. I'm a sipology or steep tea consultant. Been doing that over 8 years and providing loose leaf tea and tea accessories. If you're a tea fan, you definitely need to check out all of those tea offerings that I have. And of course, I'm a tea leaf reader. So this is what we're going to talk about, all things tea tonight, or teacups tonight. I'm also a tarot reader and an intuitive. So I get messages and I say I listen to my gut. That's that's what I say about being an intuitive. So if you're here, I'd love to say give you to say hello so that I know that you're here, and I thank you so much for joining me. So let's get at it. Let's talk about teacups tonight. I wanted to show you, actually, this is an older one that I have, but I don't know if anybody has a traveling tea mug, but hopefully it's obvious why this would not work for tea leaf readings. It would be very hard to see the bottom and the sediments and actually see what, because it's so deep as to what might be left on the bottom and what shapes might appear. So obviously something like this, a travel mug or whatever you have, is not good for tea readings. So we'll move on to the other. This is more modern set. I love these without the handles, but no, sorry, my light's a little bit funky there. But again, the inside would probably not be that conducive to having the leaves stay there and having shapes form that I could read, and they're not really made for reading tea leaves in. As much as I love these, and they do keep my tea nice and hot, again, they're not one of my favorites. So we'll move on to the mug. So, I mean, everybody has a favorite mug. This is one of the sets that I actually got for my anniversary, my wedding, and I love them. But again, it's just a weird shape to actually see everything, and you'll see some of the other examples I have much better to actually see, but it's not necessarily good for getting the leaves to sit at a nice angle, or to be able to interpret them. So now I'm going to a smaller mug, and I really love this style too for drinking my tea. As you can tell, I've got a lot of teacups, and I'd be happy if someone would share what kind of teacup they use to drink the regular tea during the day. What's your teacup or your tea mug that you use? If one of these kind of strikes you as what you use. And again, this might be a little bit better for a reading. It's smaller. I could read what's going on. I don't like that it's kind of still is a little bit deeper than I might use for a teacup. And I do prefer that we have the fancier ones. So that leads me to my fancy one that I have here. So this one, oh, the light's not that great. I don't know if you can read that, but there we go. That's better. It says Mother on it, of course, for Mother's Day, which is coming in less than a month now. What are we, 3 weeks maybe? But again, to me, this one would be a little bit distracting. I know it's plain, just white on the bottom, but there are like a design around the side. And to me, that would be a little bit distracting, would be easier to get confused and not necessarily see all the symbols that are in there or that might be, ready to read. So again, I wouldn't, even though it's a lovely teacup, and I love to use cups that are similar to this, but this one wouldn't be because it's got a design in it. So that leads me to the ones that I actually do use. So this is one of the ones. I usually have 3 out when I'm doing my readings, and this is just one of the 3 that sits on my my reading table, which is just over to my right here. So that's where I set up, and I have a little bit more space than I do here at my desk to do reading. So I like to have a plate because I'm going to be able to turn the cup upside down to drain some of the water. But if you can see, and I have some leaves in this one, but as you can see, it's rounder and flatter kind of at the bottom. So to me, the leaves are able to stick there. They're able to provide better pictures. It's not too deep, as I had mentioned. The other one, like this, is pretty shallow cup, and it just is completely plain on the inside. So to me, this is a good cup that I would use for tea leaf reading. As I said, shallow, clear, and available. Now, I did have this one that when I was looking for what I like to use, is that I have this, which I got as a gift, which is lovely too, right? Isn't it just beautiful? So when you see it, you think, okay, well, we've got the tea, we've got the mug on top, and then we have, or the pot on top, and then we have the cup in the bottom. And again, I like it because it's got a shallow base to it, but I just wonder if it's a little bit too big, like a little bit clumsy almost. But it is the right shape. It's got that teacup kind of scoop to it where no design inside and just a lovely pattern on the outside. So I thought that was a unique opportunity to have a different look than a traditional teacup for us as well. But I don't know if anybody has any questions. Sorry, you can see me now. Has any questions? But as I said, the mugs that I prefer are the traditional teacups, having the plate as well so that we can turn them right upside down and drain the water and make sure that the symbols that we're ready to see are clear enough inside the cup and available for us. So again, if you're here, I'd love for you to to say hi, or even if you're on the replay, make sure that you let me know that you've been on the replay as well. And if anybody had any questions or had their mug that they wanted to share with me what their favorite one is, just for drinking tea. It doesn't have to be for a reading. Just, I'd love to know what people are. Are you taking stuff out of your fancy displays? Are you actually using a nice china set? I think that we all deserve to treat ourselves every once in a while. So maybe, you use a mug, but maybe once a week on a Sunday or some special day, we decide that we're going to use a nice china cup. So talking about mothers and Mother's Day, which is, as I said, I love this cup as well. It's just so pretty. I have a special that's going on for Mother's Day. So if anyone books their mother or themselves for a tea leaf reading, I have some new mugs. These were in my Sapology catalog, so I have a number of them here, so you can choose which color. So they would be very good for a tea leaf reading if you chose to do that, or just for that everyday or special day for you. So I have 3 different styles of mugs, and as I said, if you purchase either a 30-minute or a 60-minute reading, and of course, if you're local, you can come pick it up. If you're not local, I can ship it to you. as well, and there'd be a cost to ship it too. But I'm not charging for the mug. I'm just charging for the tea leaf reading. So my regular $50 or $75 charge would be, and then these lovely cups are included in that special for Mother's Day. So if anybody's interested in that, certainly message me and let me know. I've written in the description how you can book directly on Facebook. Check my schedule there and book your 30 or 60-minute reading. And then there's an option where you can actually write a comment. So if you'd like to add a teacup to your tea leaf reading and pass that on to Mom, either the reading or the cup or both, I'd be happy to set that up for you. I don't see any questions, but as I said, I'd be happy to answer them. If anybody had any questions about teacups and what they're doing, if you're looking for a reading, as I said, I do 30 and 60-minute readings, and they're offered on Fridays and Sundays are the days that I do readings. So. No questions, so I'm going to sign off and say thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate you discussing teacups with me and seeing how it is that we select the right cup for the right reading for whoever I'm reading at the time, and I love looking at these fancy teacups and having a little tea as well. So thanks again for joining me, and enjoy your tea tonight if you're having one. Much love. Bye.